So we have done till verse 24, right? So let's read 25 again. Verse 25, chapter 3. Sakta karmanya vidvanso yatha kurvanti bharata kuryat vidvansthatha sakta chedishu loka sangraham. Vijay, please.
Arjuna, as the unwise act with the attachment, so should the wise man, with a view to maintain the world order, act without attachment.
Alright. So earlier, Bhagwan has explained to Arjun and through Arjun to all of us that since we are on Karma Bhumi, in Karma Bhumi or on Karma Bhumi, since we are on earth, action is compulsory. We have to, there is no option but to act. Even if we decide to just sit and do nothing, is also called an act. Even if we just want to sleep the whole day, that is also an action. And every action incurs a karma. And every action incurs a karma which is predetermined. You cannot discuss, argue, negotiate or fight in a court of law. Arey, but give me some less karma. Or give me some more punya. What is there is there. It is not for you and me to decide. So, if I have to act or perform actions, and if every action is giving me some karma, then what? Am I stuck in this chakki pisawe cycle of life and death? I have to perform, and every performed act gives me karma. So, will I never be free from karma? And unless I am free from karma, I cannot be liberated. Bhagwan is giving us the method of doing our duties, performing our actions without getting karma. So, Arjun, he says, as the unwise act with attachment, so should the wise man act without attachment. Why? To maintain world order. Now, let's first do the meanings of the verse. There is a word Bharat at the end of the first line, that is Arjun. Bharat means Arjun because he is a descendant of the Bharat lineage. Yatha, as much as, avidvanso, the ignorant, the unwise people. Avidvansa, as much as the ignorant kurvanti, perform, karmani, duties, actions, how? Sakta, with attachment. Just as the ignorant perform duties with attachment, Vidvan, the wise, Kuryat, should do. How? Asakta, without attachment. Tatha, thus, Chikirshu, wishing. What are they wishing? Lok Sangraha, welfare of the world. Why are they doing without attachment? What is their motive? Welfare of the world. Lok Sangraha. This verse is more an Updesh to the leaders of society or to gurus or people who are in charge of leading others. More for them than for the followers. Avidvansa, meaning ignorant. Now Now, when we say ignorant in the spiritual term, it doesn't mean that the person doesn't know how to read or write. It doesn't mean that the person is illiterate. All it means is he is not yet self-realized, not yet enlightened, not yet spiritually evolved. He may be evolved, and he may even understand the scriptures. He may even be able to give lectures on the scriptures, but he has not yet had a paroksh anubhuti. Direct experience has not been had. Now, ignorant in the sense could also be that they are doing karmakand. Karmakand means all the rituals. They are doing rituals also because they have faith in the rituals. And there is nothing wrong with that. They have faith in the rituals because the rituals are prescribed by Vedas. The rituals are prescribed by Vedas. They have faith in that and they are doing it. Now, if their faith in the rituals is broken, without them developing faith in the abstract principles of Veda, then what will happen? Patan. Because neither will they have the faith in the ritual part, they are not ready for the higher truth, both things will go away from them, they will simply fall. It's like a ladder. So you have rungs. If you are firmly established on, say, the lower rung, karmakand, and you take that away from them, and they are not yet firmly established on the next rung, then neither they have this nor they have that, there will be patan or downfall. Therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one quote, I'll read it to you. One should continue to perform karma, meaning karmakand, as long as one has not developed renunciation from sense objects and attachment to God. Don't feel that, see, you have certain yearnings for sansaric sukh. If you still have some yearnings for sansaric sukh, the Vedas have given you some mantras, some rituals, some havans, some pujas. Bete, ye karo, get your sukh and be done with it. Finish it. Then you can move to higher. So that is why that has been given to them. When they will do the ritual, they will do the puja, they will do the mantra, they will get success if they do it properly. What will happen? Two options are there. One is they will get faith that yes, by praying to this mind, it is possible. There is a power. There is a power higher than me. So first and foremost, when you believe that there is a power higher than me, what will happen? Ahankar will become less. When ahankar becomes less, are you progressing or not? Yes. You are progressing. So there is a use for this. There is a use for this. Then unfortunately we don't have just one desire. No? One desire will finish, then the next one, then the next one. At some stage, it is hoped and prayed that you will develop enough faith in a higher power to let go the lower and attach to the higher. But before that attachment to the higher, if somebody just takes away the lower, saying, kya karta hai, nonsense karma kan, you should do for higher things, philosophy, ye wo vagere, then this also goes. But this is not yet ready for higher. So both have gone, right? So there is a reason why people are attached to the lower and it is prescribed. It's prescribed by the Vedas. So as the unwise act with attachment, the unwise meaning not yet realized, not yet enlightened, they are doing their duties, they are doing their pujas, they are doing their rituals with attachment fervently, with lot of faith, with lot of how with that much intensity as the unwise are doing their duties, with that much intensity, with that much fervor, with that much passion. What does Bhagavan say? The wise man must act without attachment. Without attachment. Vidwan, the wise. That means the ones who have had direct experience, the ones who have been enlightened, the ones who have realized themselves. So what should they do? What should they do? What act should they do? All prescribed duties. All prescribed duties. All the duties that the Vedas are telling the unwise to do, that only. No special duty for the wise. They also still have to study. They also have to do puja. They also have to do abhyas. They also have to do their daily routine. Cook, clean, wash, do all that. But how? Without attachment. So both are doing prescribed action, right? Not just it's not like you have been promoted now, so you are exempt from all the prescribed duties. No, you also have to do. So is there any difference? What is that? What is that difference? Externally, there is no difference. You may see two people doing jhadu. One may be enlightened, one may not be enlightened. By looking at them, will you know? No. Externally, one is cooking, the other is cooking. Externally, one is brushing teeth, the other is brushing teeth. Externally, one is studying, the other is also studying. Externally, no difference. But internally, a sea of difference. What would that difference be? The ignorant or the one who is not enlightened is doing it to attain a goal. Whose goal? Their own goal, their personal goal. Whereas the enlightened one is doing it for lok sangraha, for the welfare of others. For the welfare of others. So, the other thing is, as Bhagavan said earlier also, and I think it will come later also, the enlightened person has transcended the four varnas. Which varnas? Say?
Brahmachari.
Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. All Ashram, sorry. I was wondering why it was not sounding correct. They have transcended all the four ashrams and all the four varnas also. All transcended. There is no dharma actually left for the enlightened person. There is no dharma actually left. Yet, it is prescribed that you do. Why? For the benefit of others. Be a role model. For being an ideal role model, if, let's say, a guru tells others, you should do puja, but the guru only doesn't do any puja. It is not necessary also for the guru to do, but if they don't do, will the shishyas feel inspired to do it? No. Unless they are enlightened shishyas who understand that it is not the dharma, but I have to do because there is a difference between where the guru has reached and where I aspire to reach. Right? So it is necessary for the general welfare in all different ways, for the guru, for the leader, and it's not only in spiritual life, even in social life. If there is somebody who is an activist in society, he is prescribing whatever, I don't know, all this loving the trees and loving the animals and loving this and loving that and clean roads and whatever. He's doing nice big bhashans and everything. But when you go to his house, everything is ulta. He is not following anything that he is busy advocating. Who will believe in him? Who will follow him? Nobody. So, in that way, for all leaders in Vyavaharic life or in spiritual life, it is necessary for you to do those actions that you are prescribing to others. Only difference is one is a personal goal and one is a lok sangraha, welfare for others. Here in this verse, Bhagwan is urging Arjuna that just like others are performing karma kand, you also should fight this war because you are a Kshatriya. You are a Kshatriya and therefore your dharma is to protect society, protect the land, protect the praja. You are also from the noble family, you are also from the kingly family, and so you have to set the example to the other soldiers in the army. Imagine if Arjun were to run away from the battlefield, which soldier will continue to fight over there? Nobody. Okay? Besides, this is a dharma yudh. It is not a war to grab somebody else's kingdom. It is a war for dharma. So therefore, for the welfare of your kingdom, for the welfare of the society, you should perform this duty as a warrior. Now, we were discussing in the car the other day, or where, I don't know where we were discussing, is Bhagwan Krishna advising adhyay and ahimsa? Hinsa. Is he advocating hinsa? Is he saying, what kind of a God is this? Asking people to fight and kill? This is a very common accusation we hear from people who are clueless about the entire Bhagavad Gita. So I ask you, is Bhagwan advising hinsa? So can you give me some reasons why you say no?
Because Kshatriya Dharma has to prevail.
Right. So it is Kshatriya Dharma. And if you want what do they say? Add weight to any of these statements when you are speaking to people. And you know, since we are students of Bhagavad Gita, and since we believe in what we are studying, and since we are part of Sanatana Dharma, when people make such accusatory remarks, if you keep quiet, then you are not doing your dharma. So when you tell someone that this is not hinsa because he is doing his Kshatriya dharma, you can write it down, quote chapter 2, verse 31, 32 and 37. And you show them these verses and say, explain to them why in the Gita, the Kshatriya Dharma asks you to fight and do your Dharma for saving Sanatana Dharma. For saving Dharma, you are fighting. Yes. So that would be for fighting Adhyay. Now, because he is a Kshatriya and a Kshatriya Dharma is to protect society, if he doesn't do that, he will incur karma. So that is easily to explain in chapter 2, verse 33. When you argue with someone, you must give the quote. Then your argument holds more strength. 31, 32, 37. 33 verse in chapter 2 tells Arjun, that if you don't do your dharma, you will incur karma. If he does not fight the war, he will set a bad example to society. Right? So that comes in verse 34 to 36, chapter 2. And doing his duty without attachment, as he is telling us to do, without attachment, for the sake of lok sangraha, means he is doing karma yoga. Right? That means he is doing karma yoga. And karma yoga is what makes you progress in spirituality. So therefore, he is doing what is prescribed as a spiritual progress. It's not about hinsa. It's about doing karma yoga. You are progressing spiritually. That is also there, verse 38 to 40 in chapter 2. And the most important thing, Bhagwan has taken avatar to come to earth. Yada yada glanir bhavati. For what reason? Establish dharma. To get rid of adharma and to protect the sadhu, the sant. So that is the divine will. That is the divine will. Right? Divinity has descended to do this job. And by doing this, what is Arjun doing? He is being the instrument of the divine will. He is the instrument of the divine will. Therefore, he has to do what his will is. It's not Arjun's will. It is the divine will. So that very clearly has been given in chapter 11, verse 33 and 34. Okay? So whenever you have an opportunity, you can enlighten people about these things, and yet if they are of manda buddhi, then leave it. But there may be a chance that somebody may see the light.
One more thing which is not mentioned in the Gita, but Bhagwan himself has tried all other non-violent.
1 second, I cannot hear you.
Said what's not mentioned in the Gita is Bhagwan himself has tried all other non-violent methods before the war.
Absolutely.
To try and
Absolutely correct.
and this was the final.
This was the final thing. So, in the Mahabharata, when you read the verses, the chapter before this, Bhagwan has tried every single possible way to reconcile the Kauravas and the Pandavas and to stop the enmity between them. Give them Indraprastha, no. Give them 5 gaons, no. Not even 1 inch of land they are ready to give. So finally he says, now you have, and then insult upon insult, that the Kauravas threw on Bhagwan Krishna when Bhagwan Krishna went as the Dut, went as the messenger.
Also, if war would happen, the Adhyay will just continue to grow.
Yes.
More geographically and
Sure, exactly. So
also it is leading to a more karma for the Kauravas.
absolutely. So the Kauravas, until they are stopped in their track from continuing doing adharma, out of compassion for the Kauravas, sometimes, if you cannot stop adharma from being spread by somebody, that person is creating lot of pap karma for himself. Bhagwan decides, send the chakra, cut it, destroy that person, let that person no longer exist in this body in which it is going to continue doing adharma, so that in the next life it can take birth again and move on to the right path. Alright, so we have understood the difference between Vidwan and Avidwan. Let's go to verse number 26. Na buddhi bhedam janayet abhyanam karma sanghinam जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्त समाचरन्. Sampada, loudly.
A wise man established in the self should not unsettle the mind of the ignorant attached to action, but should get them to perform all their duties, duly performing his own duties.
Direct Updesh to the Guru or to the leader of society. What does he say? A wise man established in the self means the one who has had a paroksh anubhuti and who is settled there should not unsettle the mind of those who are not yet self-realized, and because of that they are still attached to action. When you say attached to action means attached to the fruit of the action. But what should they do? They should make them perform all their duties. Let them continue doing karma kand, let them continue to do all their duties. How? By being a role model himself. Take the meanings. Now you know the word vidvan means wise man. Yukta, enlightened, established in the self. Yukta. Na, not. Janayet, should create, means should not create. Na janayet, should not create. What should he not create? Buddhi bhedam, discord in the intellect. Disturbance in the buddhi. Whose? Of the ignorant. Abhyana, of the ignorant. And what are these ignorant people doing? Karma sangina. They are attached to the fruits of action. So, if you say, reread that sentence, it comes the wise, enlightened ones who are established in enlightenment should not create discord or disturbance in the intellect of the ignorant who are attached to the fruits of action. Then what should he do? Joshayet, he should inspire them to perform sarva, all, karmani, prescribed actions, samacharan, properly. Now earlier we studied that people have a tendency to imitate others. And they imitate those who are older than them, or they imitate those who are in positions of power or authority. So, Bhagwan Krishna is explaining how a self-realized individual should carry out his actions. How should he carry out? In such a way that if others are imitating him, they would be doing the right thing. You can imagine if somebody is doing something wrong and they are in the place of power, others will also be doing the wrong action. And that would lead to the downfall of the followers. Now, at the beginning of chapter 3, Arjun asks Bhagwan Krishna that if you say that Jnana Yoga is the highest path, then why are you telling me to fight this war? Why are you telling me to do my duty, karma yoga? Let me just take sannyas, let me run away. As it is, run chod. You have also run away. I let me also run away from the battlefield. I don't know historically whether it was first or after. But let me also run away. Why are you telling me to do my duty and this and that? So, spiritual seekers also have the same problem. Here also, we have got into this crazy idea, Jnana Yoga is the highest. So, coming for science study is the done thing. Bhakti and all that, what, nothing is not important. Why bother to come for bhakti? Because Jnana Yoga is the highest thing. So I should go for that. Because in Jnana, if I come for session, at least I will get some notes, I will have something tangible. Bhakti mein kya hai? Heart will open. Okay, by the time I go home, it will close again. Karma Yoga, why should I come? What is there? Oh, khichdi banane ka, dene ka. Or why should I bother with doing Karma Yoga? So this is the same syndrome, we call it Arjun syndrome. That I only want to do Gyan Yoga because it's the highest yoga. I don't have to worry about all this bhakti and karma and all. I can go to the club instead. I can go to the movies instead. Why should I bother with all that waste of time? Second thing they complain, and when I say they, I mean you. Guru doesn't have enough compassion. They know, she knows everything, all the secrets, but they are not telling us because they want us to do karma yoga. Hare Bhagwan. Why don't you just tell us the last secret? You are keeping some secrets from us. You are not giving us that kripa. You don't have that karuna. I am telling you, I am not making all this up, and these are accusations thrown at me. That you know everything, but you are still not telling. Tell us that highest secret of Gyan Road. You put us on the fast track. We want to be on the fast track. Now, third accusation. Why are you not more strict with your shishyas? You should be more strict. They say anything, they do anything, you allow them to say, you allow them to do everything. You have not made any strict rules that shishyas of Shiva should do like this only, should not do like that. No? Yes? You believe that, right? Many people have told. Now, what should I do? Shall I make more strict rules? First you tell me that. Just as it is a natural tendency for people to imitate those in higher positions, there is a natural tendency to rebel against rules. Okay? There's a natural tendency to rebel against discipline. Right? Most children, and you were also children at some time in your life, when there were rules in school, when there were rules in front of the teacher, you obeyed. As soon as the teacher left the class, what did you do? Vidyut, tell me. Huh? Immediately when the person in authority who is making the rules, the back is turned, what do? The exact opposite. In front of your parents, you do what is prescribed by them. When the parents are not watching, when your parents are away, we all know what you all do because we also did the same. Right or wrong?
Yes.
So, change cannot happen by it being imposed on you. And change cannot happen abruptly. Yeah, I'll modify my sentence. Change can happen, but transformation cannot happen. And I make a distinction between the two. Change could be temporary. Transformation is your entire form only is getting transcended. So transformation will take time. It's a gradual process. So a society cannot be transformed suddenly. It has to be gradually inspired to change. And the same happens for a spiritual aspirant. Suddenly you cannot change lifetimes of habits. Suddenly you cannot abruptly change all the gunas from tamas directly into sattva. There is a process it has to go through, and that the leader has to slowly, steadily guide the people in the right direction. How? By his own example. By his own example. See, if you are driving, let's say, driving towards Cuff Parade. Cuff Parade, I say because that's where I live. You are on Marine Drive. You are driving towards Cuff Parade. And suddenly you find you have gone from Marine Drive, you have reached freeway. Same direction or opposite direction?
Opposite.
Opposite. So, just by stopping the car, will you reach Cuff Parade?
No.
No. Just by stopping the car, you will not go in the right direction. What you have to do? You have to keep going on the freeway till you find a convenient place to take the turn. And when you find that place to take the turn, then you can go in the right direction. So, just stopping someone who is doing the wrong thing will not put him on the right path. You have to guide and slowly find the way in which that person can take a 180 degrees turn and then come back onto the right path. And that is exactly what Bhagwan is saying. A wise man should not unsettle the mind of the ignorant. A wise man, if he's seeing someone doing something wrong, unnecessarily, suddenly, abruptly, don't stop that person. You have to, through example, rear him, guide him, support him till he can find the place from which he can take the turn. So, na buddhi bhedam janayet agyanam. Updesh here is to the wise men who are in charge of leading the people. He emphasizes, don't create disturbance. Don't create discord. Because their intellect is not yet mature enough to see that they are going in the wrong direction. So, if you just tell them, stop this behavior, stop this puja, stop this ritual, stop this, this is not the highest way of worship, then you will cause more disturbance in their life. You have to guide them. Guide them where? Guide them in Karma Yoga. Guide them in Karma Yoga. You have to start the change at the level of Buddhi. Samatva Buddhi, Asanga Buddhi, Prasada Buddhi, Samarpan Buddhi. You have to start at the level of Buddhi, not at the level of action. Just by stopping the wheels of the car, you will not go in the right direction. The wheels of the car have to keep moving. The direction has to change. So, therefore, through action itself, you will overcome action. Because through action itself, through Karma Yoga, what will you do? You will start the process of purification. Purification means getting rid of the mal in the intellect. What is the mal? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. This is the dirt which is there in our intellect. This is where the buddhi is getting bhramit. So first you have to work at that level, then automatically, as we will see in the following verses, action will change by themselves. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to make them forcefully do anything. So by me not keeping any rules, coming back to that, There is a purpose, you can understand now. I am continuously trying to put fresh water inside here. Somewhere the buddhi will be getting cleansed. Then you will feel by yourself this is not the right action. By yourself you will feel this action is not taking me to my goal. By yourself you will feel inspired to change. And only when you feel yourself and inspire yourself to change can the change ever happen. No change has ever happened by it being imposed on anyone. Therefore, a guru does not change you, you change yourself. A guru only inspires. Then it is up to you to take that or not to take that. That also is your own free will, and guru doesn't care whether you do it or not. That is, if guru were to care, she would give up 10 years ago. Yes?
Yes.
Keep doing. Why? Because it's my pleasure, it's my joy, it's my happiness. I am sharing my joy, that's all. You do, you do, you don't do, you don't do. Next life come back, one more guru will come. No problem. So, na buddhi vedam janayet ajnanam. Now that is why all spiritual texts, when they start, before the chapter starts, they have a qualification for the person who's reading the text. Are you qualified to read this text or not? Does it mean that if I'm not qualified, I should not read? No, the qualification is there to tell you whether you will benefit from the reading or not. Reading anyone can do, but who will benefit? Those who have cleared the mal from their buddhi, they will benefit. Okay? So, asanga buddhi. Asanga buddhi means what? Unattached. To what? Result of the action. Now tell me, who will do any action if they are not attached to the result? Everybody is doing something because they want a result, right? Who will? Why did you come here? To get something. Everyone does an action for a result. Who will do without a result? Anyone will do? They are promised a result, so you do it. Most people, I know, most people, I will qualify the sentence, most people do an action because of the promise of a result. Once you have been exposed to the jnana of Bhagavad Gita, you understand that you are not coming here to get something. Your being here itself is a happiness. Otherwise, nobody will come for 10 years every Sunday morning over here. Okay? The result is not something you are getting later. You have already got something. That is why you are coming here. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have already got the happiness of being here. Otherwise, nobody will come here. Nobody will come here. Maybe once, twice, then those who are coming here for that result, they have stopped coming. But those who are continuously coming, they have already got the result. That is why it is out of joy that you are here. That much I can clearly see. So, but those who are still not got that concept of the joy in the action itself, not a joy after the action, but the joy is in the action itself, right? If you take away the expectation of the result, they would just not do it. Most people would not work a single day in their life if they were not getting something out of that.
Yes.
Most people would not work, they would just give up working. Therefore, once you have understood that the joy is in the action itself and not an outcome of the action, till you understand that, don't try to take away the result of the action from them. Because that will be just a escapism. They will just not do anything, they will not do their duty, they will not do their responsibilities, and that would be adharma. That would be adharma.
Can I ask you something?
Always, my dear.
You always say that tell something 3 times,
Ha,
and if the person doesn't listen, leave.
correct.
But then you said Guru has to keep saying it and keep doing it and keep doing it.
If you can keep doing with no result coming back to you and still not getting disturbed, do it. But there's one difference. When I am saying it again and again, you all are coming to hear it. I'm not coming to your house and sitting on your head and telling you to do anything. You all are coming here, you all are saying, speak. So I'm speaking. But if you are going to someone and saying, I told you 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, why didn't you do? That's different.
But you have children, you can keep saying.
When children are small, you can keep saying. After some time, you have to let them bear the consequence of their adharma. Sometimes people can only learn when they have to bear the consequences. How long can you protect your children? Let it go. Drop it. Instead of wasting your energy on making them progress in their spiritual life, and they are not listening, then what should you do? You progress, now leave it. Why are you wasting your energy? Hey, child. Now he is making one modification. He doesn't say a wise man should not unsettle the mind of the ignorant. Please read. A wise man established in the self. Established in the self means he is Brahmanishtha. That means he is steady. He is established. You may have a direct experience which would come as a flash. But then you have to maintain that. You have to be established in that. So, if you are not established, and it takes time to stay in that mode, it takes time to establish yourself in that Brahmanishtha. If you are not established, you still don't have the right to force it on somebody else. Here he said, when you are established. Why? Because until you are established, you are still on thin ice, you can say. If you are surrounded by Rajasic or Tamasic people or Adharmic people, if you are not established, you can waver and fall into the water, drown. So Bhagavan Krishna is urging the wise men who are established in the self not to disturb the spiritually immature mind of shishyas, of workers. Because they will get the fruit of the action, nor will they be able to understand the knowledge, and nor will they be clearing the mal from their minds. All 3 benefits will be lost. Similarly, in the same way, a guru cannot tell his grihastha shishya, give up your grihastha ashram and take sannyas. It would not be mature of the guru to impose that on any shishya. Because whether the shishya takes sannyas or doesn't take sannyas is in the shishya's hands. But by even saying this, there is a possibility that the shishya loses interest in the grihastha ashram. And by losing interest in the grihastha ashram, he will not or she will not perform the duties of the Grihastha ashram, which would be adharma. And they would not be ready for sannyas, so they would not be doing the sannyas dharma. So they are neither doing sannyas dharma nor grihastha dharma. If they are not doing either of these two, then they are doing adharma. So therefore, in the same way, a guru should not suggest it. So then what? The guru waits for the shishya to be ready to ask for it.
For the Shishya to initiate.
It is for the shishya to ask for it. And then it is up to the guru to give it or not give it. So life is always about moving forward. It is not about stopping. By stopping, you cannot progress. If you try to stop the dynamism of life, you will get crushed. It's like in peak hours, just imagine from Churchgate station, how the people are surging outside, I will say, not coming outside, they are surging outside. If somebody stands there and says, stop, what will happen? He will be pulverized. He will be crushed under the earth. Similarly, I feel scared, If I stop you all from doing any action, I will be getting crushed. So when action is taking a person in the wrong direction, action itself, what action? Karma yoga action will bring him back in the right direction. So what should the wise man do? We have been told up to now what the wise man should not do. So what should the wise man do? Inspire. How? By being a role model. Inspire. Perform all daily routine activities. How? Sattvically, dharmically. And he should do and be exactly as he would want his shishyas to be. Before asking the shishya to be a role, ideal person, that guru should be the ideal person. Otherwise, the guru has no right to teach anything. No right. Okay? And this is Updesh for the gurus.